Just recently, I was on the trip with the Arctic Circle train and decided to make a series of videos about the facts that I learned on that trip. Here is the first one in that series, and it's about the Northern Lights. Northern Lights, or Aurora Borealis, have been seen by early humans. Some archaeologists even believe that some of the drawings on the walls and ceilings of caves in southern France actually depict the Northern Lights. This is probably the first documented sighting of Aurora Borealis, and it has been seen many times before scientists were able to understand and explain the phenomenon by the mid-20th century, and only with the progress in particle physics. Before that, Northern Lights were subject of superstitions, religious administration and mythology. The Sami people, living in the European subarctic regions, believed that the lights are the souls of death, departing our realm. In Finnish mythology, they believe that the lights are caused by a magical fox, sweeping her tail across the snow, spraying it up into the sky. In Norwegian mythology, the lights are the spirits of old maids dancing in the sky and waving. Similar beliefs were shared among the humans living across the Arctic Circle. However, the first scientific explanation is credited to Sir Edmund Halley, renowned for the prediction of the return period of the comet that is later called after him, Halley's Comet. His hypothesis was that auroral rays are due to the particles which are affected by the magnetic field, and it was surprisingly accurate for the time. The year was 1716, that is about 300 years ago. Nevertheless, only after understanding that electricity, magnetism and the light are different manifestations of the same phenomenon, together with formulation of the theory of relativity and progress in quantum mechanics by the mid-50s, his hypothesis is confirmed. Besides Halley's intuition, what I found really fascinating is the fact that when we look at the Northern Lights, we are witnessing fundamental processes that were necessary to set up all the elements needed to give birth to every living creature on the Earth. Isn't that amazing? We are indeed children of our Sun, watching two fundamental features of our planetary system. These are, first, nuclear fusion of elements that generated all the matter on the Earth, and second, the fact that our Earth still has hot molten metal core that keeps heat from the time when the planet was formed. That was more than 4.5 billion years ago. The very essence of Aurora Borealis' existence is reaction of nuclear fusion of hydrogen nuclei into helium that keeps generating energy and matter in the solar system. Nuclear fusion is reaction of joining two hydrogen isotopes, for example deuterium and tritium, into helium nuclei, which is also known as alpha particle. In that process, neutron is released and the energy is generated, while the mass is lost in agreement with relativity theory. If the charged particles released in the nuclear fusion have high enough kinetic energy, they can escape Sun's gravity in the form of the solar wind. That is the stream of charged particles containing mostly protons, neutrons and alpha particles. The Earth's core is still hot enough to keep iron liquefied, and the process of heat redistribution, or as the scientists call it, convection, produces electric current which in turn generates geomagnetic field that extends from the Earth's interior out into the space. There it meets charged particles in the solar wind and drag them to the Earth's atmosphere to collide with nitrogen and oxygen. These two gases are the main ingredients of our atmosphere. In the collisions, energy in form of light flashes is released. That is Northern Lights. The color of aurora depends on the composition of the atmosphere. Green and yellow indicate collisions with oxygen, while red, violet and blue indicate discharging with nitrogen. Now, when you know how fascinating aurora is, it's time to go out and take some photos. The best chances to spot the polar lights are high latitudes, about 60 degrees. Either northern or southern hemisphere, but since there is not so much land above the 60 degrees south, you should better hit the north. The best season is from the end of September up to March, and time of the day from 8 o'clock in the evening up to 2 in the morning. Clear sky is desirable, and going out of the town will reduce the effect of city lights pollution. Full moon is great to increase sharpness, and the best settings for photographing aurora is to experiment with ISO 400 to 800. Exposition length should be between 15 and 30 seconds, and aperture opening between f2.8 and f4. However, photos in this video are taken with shutter speed of 4 seconds at the beginning of October in Abisko, Sweden, which is a small mountain village, and Norway, that is a small town in the fjord. While in Abisko, I went to the mountain to see aurora. The one in Norwich took me by surprise. I was just strolling through the town, but aurora was ready to dance, and convinced me how Norwegians got an idea that she was an old maid dancing in the sky. And with that dance, I'm waving my goodbye to you. Let me know below in the comments, how do you like it? Do you find it interesting or maybe even useful? Have you ever seen Aurora Borealis or even Aurora Australis? Or are you planning to hit the north for the rendezvous with the northern lights? If you like this video, please consider supporting me to keep them coming. You can do that by subscribing to my channel, sharing and spreading the word. You can also post a comment and suggest how to improve them. If you're not native English speaker, you can translate them in your native language and provide transcript that I would gladly add as a captions. If you do not like it, please tell me what you didn't like. Is it something wrong that I said? Or do you know more about the given subject? Or is it the way that I presented the topic not appropriate? Please let me know. And now I'm getting out of here to make some more videos and hope to see you next time. I will talk about the many things that I learned on the Arctic Circle train journey, including but not limited to permafrost and climate change threat, the Sami people and their relation to Santa Claus, and many other topics, but probably not in that order. Until then, thank you for watching, be inspired and stay curious. Cheers!